Well, hey folks, this is Darren with My RV Works, and you might be wondering, well, Darren, it's raining, why don't you have the awning out? That's an excellent question. That's what we're here to do. This is an electric awning. It's a Lippert Solera awning, and when the customer hits the switch on the inside, it's not doing anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to troubleshoot what's going on with that, and hopefully make the repair today so we can get out of the rain. So here we go. Okay, so we've come up on the ladder. When we push the switch on the inside, nothing happens. There's no click, there's nothing. And so if you look inside, now this is a Lippert Solera awning. That's a 7/16 nut. All right. Take a 7/16 drill, and let's see which way we're going to go here. Okay, so that would be clockwise. So we're going to go clockwise, and you'll see how the awning's unfolding. So this would be like your emergency retract or emergency extend. It's necessary for us to do this just to get to the wires so we can get to the motor and do some testing. So I'm going to pay this out a little bit more. Okay, that might be enough. We got wires on the inside. And so that right there, I mean, if you're camping and your motor dies or something like that, then you could always emergency retract with a 7/16 and a drill, or by hand or something. So now that we've got the awning open a little bit, I'm going to access the wires, which should be down in that trough right there, and see if we can't energize. What I'm going to want to look for is when I hit the switch on the inside, am I going to get 12 volts on that point? And if I do, then we know the problem's not inside the coach. And then we would say it's either in the wiring that's woven in these arms here, or it's the motor itself. So let me get off this ladder. Let's go down there and do some checking with our meter. And I think I'm going to open it up a little more since I'm up here. Okay, that's probably good. If not, we can do it again. So let's go down the ladder. Okay, one of the benefits of manually opening the awning is I can keep my tools dry. So if you've watched my other videos, you know I like to travel around with a 10-foot cord. It's basically a 14-gauge lamp cord. I put alligator clips on one side and blade connectors on the other, and I carry my drill's 12 volts. Everybody teases, oh, little baby 12-volt drill. Well, guess what? With my 12-volt drill, watch what I can do. I can run awnings and slide rooms and solenoids and gas valves with my battery pack. So I just put my meter. These are the wires that come from the coach. We just had the customer switch the switch on the inside. I verified 12 volts here. And so I've disconnected it. And now what I want to do is connect plus to minus and see if the awning moves. So here we go. No movement in the awning. And so what I want to do is I want to confirm I'm getting no awning, no movement. So what I want to do now is, well, let's go up where it's raining again. And this is long enough to reach. But what we don't know at this point is the wire hurt. I've done these jobs where the wire kind of feeds in and out of this awning arm, and it's actually the insulation wasn't cracked or anything, but it had bent, it had fatigued itself so much that the wire had broken on the inside of this, so we had to restring it. So we don't know if that's a problem yet. So, but we do know we have 12 volts to this point. Okay, but what we don't know is the 12 volts making it to the motor? Is the problem in the wire, or is it the motor itself? So what we'll do is we'll go up on the top, and I'm going to leave this connected. I'm going to bring my battery pack in this. It's long enough to reach. And we're going to take our meter and stick it in the leads right before it goes to the motor. And if we get 12 volts at the motor lead, at the other end of this wire, then we know it's not the wire, and then we'll start looking at the motor. Okay, so that's what we'll do next. Okay, so what I've got is the other end of my meter is stuck into the leads that connect to the motor. I'm beginning to suspect it's the motor. So I'm going to connect this to negative and plus. And there's my meter showing 12.3 volts. And so at this point we can say it's not the wire. So now let's take our leads, the long extension, and let's actually put it on the motor and test the motor directly. But what we can pretty much safely do at this point is rule out that there's anything wrong with the wiring and going up to the motor. So now let's go to directly to the motor. Okay, so there is the motor. Okay, and here's the leads that come out of the motor. They're going to be red and black. And I've got my, let me focus on that. I've got my ends connected directly to the motor. Now we're going to go down here directly to my battery pack. And okay, I have nothing. I'm connected to 12. We verified 12 on the other way. And there's no joy on the motor. No click, no sound, no nothing. So at this point, I'm pretty convinced that it's the motor. So let's take the motor out and swap that out, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, I want to show you what I'm going to do, because when I do it, there we go. When I do it, I'm not going to have the phone or the camera on, because I'm going to need both hands. But I've taken this other cover off, and that's done with these 2 screws here. You just move it out of the way. I've got 3 screws, 1, 2, 3. They're going to hold this motor on. But over here, let me move you around over this side. I've got a pair of channel lock or vice grips. I'm not trying to make you dizzy, sorry. And I've grabbed that shaft right there. So as you see in here, I can take some of the tension off, because this is spring loaded. Yes, I could go to the other side where the spring is, way down there, and I could take my pick. If you've seen my other awning video, I could take my pick and stick it in there and stop the spring from unspringing. But if I work lazily, quickly, I'm thinking of lolly, 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 get your adverbs here, so lazily, it's raining and I want to get this done, I can hold one hand right here with this as I'm grabbing that shaft and take the tension off those gears, and I can take these 3 screws out, take this motor out, put the new motor on, and then motor will lock it in place and save a step. Okay, in the rain on a slippy ladder. So it could be worse, it could be dark, it could be very windy working on an awning. That's not fun. So, but my linear method of troubleshooting, I've eliminated that. Well, first of all, by manually moving the motor, I verified that the motor itself is not seized, that the awning will in fact work. We've troubleshot the wire coming up this awning arm here, and we know that the wire itself is good. And then we put 12 volts directly to the motor, and we verified, okay, well, when I put 12 volts to the motor, it's not having a happy day, so we're going to replace the motor. In fact, I'll tell you what I want to do first, if I was smart. Okay, the other motor is down there that I grabbed out of inventory, so I'm going to put 12 volts on that motor to verify that it works. I'm sure it will, but it's just eliminate all possibilities. And then we'll come up here and do my little switcheroo, and I'll pick you up on the other side. What I might do is set you up on a tripod, if you care to watch. That might be kind of fun. Let me do that. So I hope you can see, I've just stuck the camera over there on the roof. Looks like you're looking at this. I did test the other motor's fine. So I've got my, I can hold the awning this way and take all the tension off. Now you know what? They've got Loctite. Let me go get some blue Loctite on that. So I went and got some thread locker here, because it looks like these screws had thread locker on them, and that's probably a good idea considering it's annoying. So there's my motor. Here's this. So if I did not have water's coming, if I don't have my hand on this thing, it's going to want to unspring, and we don't want that. So put him back on. Thusly, okay. Now see, he wants to turn on me, and for now I'm just going to put this in there to hold it. Okay, he's held now. Now I can put the thread locker on these others and then come back and get the one that I just put in to hold it. So you see my ingenious idea there. Not a lot, doesn't take a lot of this stuff. Just wants to keep it honest. Okay. Headache. Right side. All right. This motor's bad. We'll take them down to the bench and put 12 volts on them. I think we got a good situation here. And let's put them around there. I'm gonna connect them, and then we'll go down connect it down below. So we're going to go black to black. Okay, that's slippery. I'm going to take the valve off. Okay. Tuck the wires in. Yeah. Like Mr. Bean in that movie Rat Race. I think I'm touching you. Okay, that'd be very serious. We're serious RV tech. Proper wire hygiene. I don't want it to get caught on anything. Yay. There we go. So let's move this. Let's go down. Let's put 12 volts on our wire. Let's see if we're happy, if we're gonna be happy campers now. Okay, so we got the motor, the new motor installed. Let's test it. This is the wire that comes out of the coach and goes through the awning arms up to the motor. Battery. And let's see what happens. There we go. To reverse the direction, I'm going to change the polarity of my wires. How exciting. And now we'll reassemble, Stephanie, reassemble. Okay, before I get up on the ladder and reassemble, I wanted to just do a bench test on this old motor. So I've got it connected, plus and minus. And so I'm connected and there's no joy here. Nothing, so. Okay, we called it correctly and we had the part with us, so we got the motor fixed. So at this point, we'll put the covers back on and test it from the coach. Alright folks, we did it. Thanks for watching. At the end of the day, we've troubleshot the switch on the inside of the coach. We know that that's good. We've tested the wire that feeds itself up to there. We know the wire's good. We tested the motor directly, and then when we took the motor off, we tested that, and we proved that the motor was in fact bad. And then we put the new motor on. I showed you my little trick with the Allen, or no, not the Allen, what is the thing? Channel lock. And to hold it. If you don't hold it, the thing it's going to whip back on you. At the other end, they do have a hole you could put I use like this little pick, like a little mini ice pick. You could stick it through, or when they ship them from the factory, they have cotter pins, big steel cotter pins. But if you just hold on to it, you know, if you're good dexterity, you can figure it out. So if this was helpful to you, give me a thumb up. That's how you can thank us for these videos. And subscribe to our channel if you like this kind of stuff, because I'm always doing this kind of work out here. And it'll make it easier to find the channel, and you can find out other things we're working on. We got work on all kinds of things. And so we're in Tahuya, Washington. I think I said that right, Tahuya. One of those things. Way down on that little tippy point. Hood Canal kind of comes around and circles around us. And it's kind of cool. Beautiful drive, twisty turny roads to get out here. A lot of lakes, a lot of fishing going on. And so yeah, hey, so this is Darren from Washington. It's raining and we're signing off. So happy campers say my RV works. Now we can stay dry. Thanks for watching. Bye.